Hey folks, how you doing? I have decided to come out here where zone 17, where I usually hunt muzzleloader because I can't hunt in my zone for that last week. I decided to do a little scouting out here. I had a little bit of time, and let's see, got Samantha with me, and I got a trail camera. I brought a trail camera with me because I want to go where I saw a lot of buck sign out there and put that trail camera out there and see if we can see what's around there, because at one spot it was rubs everywhere, so usually that's usually a decent sized buck that's doing that. So we're gonna take a ride out there and hope, as long as the road's all right. So far it's okay, but we're still on the high ground going down, so there was a lot of wet areas there, even when I was hunting there in in the winter time, or late fall I should say. But when it was all snow here when I was hunting. Every time I come here it's usually snow. But yeah, we're gonna take a ride down and we'll see what we see. Let me give you a little bit of footage of us creepy crawling down this road. There's bulldozer tracks on this road, or some kind of tracked machine, so it's kind of bumpy. Get you some footage. Just pulled in off the road. Creepy crawl down here, and hopefully the road's all right. Gotta go driving here quite a ways. Figured might as well get some early scouting in. Not much else we can do right now. Waiting for a couple of better days in a row to be able to go to camp and try and get some work done there. I gotta plant that crop in the lower part of that food plot for soil building program for it, and just need some warmer days. The ground's got to get warmer too. We had 28 degrees at camp this morning, so it's not warm enough really to plant seed. It's not going to grow very well. At least this soil needs to be 50 or 60 degrees, so it's going to be a while. Well, I'll get some more footage if we see anything else out here. Hopefully we do. Just saw a moose back here. Right there. Going in the woods. Cool. First time I've seen a moose out here. It was just standing there. Continue heading that way. Alright, same as right here. Looks like a fresh cutting over here. Just did it during the winter time. A lot of hardwood they've been taken by the looks of it. The moose is back down that way behind me for half a mile. I don't see a lot of brush piles or anything for the moose to be feeding on, but I don't know. I'll keep going that way, see what else we see. Well, come to a wood yard here. That, like I said before, my last video, when you start logging these areas, it changes the whole dynamic of how you're going to be able to hunt this spot. Over here, got more. Goes way up in there. Big brush pile there behind us. All kinds of stuff here. Look at this, going to chip this up probably. Yeah, it's not too old either. Well, like I said, this is going to change this whole area for hunting. All this. But Turns it into a puzzle we gotta solve. Yeah, we'll keep going, see if they got more of this hacked up. Hopefully they don't have that place where I saw the deer sign. We'll see. Here's the first place with the power line crosses the road. They're just logging right in there. There's still brush and stuff. I can see it from here, but coming from that way. This, some of that's still cut down further, but we'll see. I mean, there's no more machine tracks in the road, so maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just there, and the power line goes that way too, across the road. Sammy, all antsy because we stopped the truck. All right, I'm gonna keep on going. Got a ways to go still before we get to where I need to go to check for that sign and put the camera out. Okay, they just redid this bridge. No rails on it. You want to go over across in the wintertime too with no rails. You just make sure you stay in the center and you're all set. Power line's crossing again. Over here too. Hey, Sammy girl. Alright, I haven't seen any evidence since that last spot that they cut down here further, but they made this bridge, so I'm assuming they cut in here some more, but I don't see any machine tracks down the road. So we'll see. Keep on going. We do have some deer tracks on the side. Been seeing moose tracks too. It's the first bunch of deer tracks I've seen, and I don't think they've cut out here, but coming from this direction and going that direction. They're not super new, but at least it's deer tracks. Continue going that way. Alright, I usually sit with the truck way down the other end, down there, and watch this direction. And I had a major deer crossing about halfway down that I'd watch, and I'd see deer. Sometimes they come into this power line too. Sammy's getting awful anxious, so I'm gonna stop and get out for a little bit, let her get out. See, something's been gnawing on these branches here, breaking them up too. So, and there's a trail going up through there. And it goes across the road and goes that way. So I'm gonna get out so Sammy can get out and get you some more footage. Yeah, you can see where there's a piece of a tree going across the road there. That's about where the deer trail was that went across the road. I saw a doe there the first time I sat out here last season, cross on that main trail, but I didn't see anything else. But yeah, I usually sit way back there and watch that run. See a little bit of moose evidence here. Sammy's out checking out stuff. Looks like there's a trail coming out of the woods right there. There's power lines to the left. The truck. Major power line going that way. Not sure where we're gonna look. Might walk up this way just a little bit, but it's uphill, so I don't know. No, we're not even close to where I want to go scout with that big buck sign yet, so maybe we're not going to do a whole lot of walking here. Maybe we'll wait to go up there. Put that trail camera out somewhere, as long as we can get out there. When you first drive in here, you're driving up. Actually, no, you're driving down for a while because you're on top of a mountain or hill when you get into this road, and then we just finally hit the bottom where there's a washout right before we got to that bridge that I showed you. There's all kinds of beaver sign on the left-hand side by that stream. And so now we'll come up through this way, and I see no evidence of, you know, the big tracked machine, because you could feel it. You know how it is when you drive over bulldozer tracks on the dirt, you're kind of ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, that's what it was all until we started coming back up this hill past this bridge. So it does not look like they've logged out here, but they redid that bridge, so I'm assuming they'll be coming out here. Maybe they're just waiting for the warmer weather, drier weather too. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little walk up there and see what I see. Get you some more footage in a minute. Let me show you this here. Look at that. I'm assuming a buck did that, being as low to the ground as it is, but I am not sure, honestly, because there is a big pile of moose dung over there too, but they both come through here. Just that being so low to the ground, I'd assume it was done by a buck, but could be wrong. You'd have to be here to see it, I guess. There's definitely deer sign and moose sign. Truck is right there, so it's not too far off the road. He was pissed off, that's for sure. Alrighty, so I don't see anything else at the moment. We'll keep going that way just for a little ways. I want to just go to the crest of this hill, see what, kind of visual I can get on the other side. It might be a good spot to sit and watch the downhill, so you can see all those poles starting to go downhill over there. Try and find some places aren't too far to walk and not too bad to walk in, but I can still sit. And that might be a good spot over there, so I'm kind of curious. So I'm gonna head that way. I'm almost to that pole. As you can see, there's a lot of high growth down there, so unless you're in a tree stand, it's probably not going to be the greatest to sit and watch this, because all this is starting to grow up 3-4 feet. There's a good trail coming out of here, not too far from the truck and stuff. Definitely a good trail way coming out of here. There's another one right over there. There was another one on the other side, right over there somewhere. So it's a busy area, that's for sure. I go up as far as that next pole and see what that pertains. And sometimes there are little dips that you can see. There's like a dip. It goes down, then it goes back up to the end of the line there. So sometimes in those dips, a lot of crossings too, because they know that there's not a lot of viewage, so they got a good spot to go through without getting seen. It's just like on corners and peaks of hills and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go as far as that and see what I can see over there. All right, still not quite to that pole, but we've got another good trailway right here. Cutting across through here. You can see they've nipped off all those buds off of those. Feeding through here, the moose probably mostly. But it's not as bad down here as I thought. Not quite as high. If you're up 8 feet or so, say on a tripod stand or something, it would be awesome right here. And then back across that way, there's another skidder trail goes through the woods that way. So see, there's been a lot of traffic going across this way. And there's a pile of moose dung right over there. And there's another pile of moose dung right here. Definitely a lot of moose sign. I'm gonna head to that pole, see what kind of advantage I can get from there. I don't see any big trees to put a tree stand. Right, there's one right there. That would hold a tree stand. Be perfect. Put it on that there and watch down here. Just got to figure out what the prevailing wind's doing. That'd be a good little spot. Put just a little 8-footer up there, just so you're high enough off of this so you can see what's crossing. Between this crossing here, I'm sure there's more down that way. It's a good potential right here. I'm gonna go to that pole. All right, I made it to the pole. Pole's right there. Big ass pole. Something been rubbing that too. But there's a crossing right over there. Skidder trail right there. Another skidder trail right here. Might even be one over there. Comes across. Crosses right here. So there's a big cedar right there, and then there's another tree. It looks like a big maple. Depending on the prevailing wind, you could put a tree stand in either one of those, or there's another maple right over there. It would hold a stand easily. You only need to get up about 8 feet off the ground. But it's a good potential area. There's crossings everywhere. And then it drops off right through there and then goes back up a little bit. Might take a walk right to there just to see if that drop off is a wet spot or not. Or if it's a good trailway going through there. But this is another crossing right over there. Definitely a good potential spot. It's a fresh break over here. Pine tree, top of a pine tree snapped off, or fir. Yep, looking good. We're gonna go just over there just a little bit further. Probably have blisters on my feet, but at least this area will be scouted out. Right, as you can see, we're at the base here, the peak I should say, and there's some swale grass going across there, so it's a little wet spot. You can see it in the woods over there too. But all of a sudden too, these woods got really thick and dense with a bunch of small vegetation. You can see it all through here. Good to keep them out of the rain and stuff. The maple's right over there, and there's another one across the way. Good places to sit. When you're looking in this direction right here, this is northwest. North is over here. So you kind of want a wind coming from the northwest, blowing in the southeasterly direction. And actually today, we're getting a wind coming from the southeast, blowing in the northwest direction. So it wouldn't be a good wind today. Kind of gonna have to wait for the wind to change if you wanted to come out here and hunt. So your scent wouldn't be blowing right straight down in here. But keep checking on it, see what happens with the wind. My Sammy girl right here. We're gonna turn around here and start heading back the other way. The other pole's right there. I ain't seen any more fresh breaks anywhere close by or rubs or anything. But definitely more trailways crossing. This is a really good path going straight down this way. You can see it going through. And that power line about 150, 200 yards down there turns and goes right. It might be another good spot for somebody who can walk quite a ways. Do that. But yes, nice possible area. Nice good potential. Gonna head back. All right there. It's not a little rub. I'm assuming that's a deer because it's so low to the ground. Okay, it used to be I don't know what that was. I thought it was a pine for a second, but maybe not. But there's another one. I walked right by it because, you know, the rub's on the opposite direction I was going, so I didn't see it. There's one. Heading that way, already past the one pole, heading towards the next. Trying to follow this trail up, the trailway there. Slowly but surely, plugging along. All right, almost back to the truck. And I was way over on the other side of this thing, and then I spied this over here. Looks like another rub right there for a deer, buck rub. Trail right there. Some old rubs over there. So it's a busy area. It's got some potential, that's for sure. I'll head back to the truck and head down the road some more. Some moose tracks right there, old ones. Head back down. All right, back to the truck. My hands, I'm putting all the weight on my arms and stuff onto my hands from the crutches. They are sore. Stupid me forgot to take ibuprofen this morning, so I'm gonna be paying for this, but getting some productive scouting in, so that's the cost, that's the price of it, I guess. Yep. Okay, we're coming from that way, so we're gonna go down that way. Got a ways to go still before we found the other place that I found during deer season. Try to get some more footage, we see some more stuff. It's creepy crawling along this road. This is the road where the big buck sign is. There was anyway during hunting season, so I'm just crawling through here to see if I can see any more rubs or anything from the side of the road till I get up to the spot where all the rubs were. Just give you a little bit of viewage. This is usually a snowmobile trail, ATV trail. When I was coming up through here during hunting season, it was all snow. I could barely get up through here with like 10 inches of snow the last time I was out here, I think it was. See what we see anyway. Sammy's pretty parched. Gonna have to get her some water here somewhere. Just went over a little stream, but I think there might be water up here too. We'll see. She did find some water where we were before, so she had some. The roads have been not too bad. You've got little tiny wet spots like this once in a while, but nothing horrible. But you can tell they had been muddier in the past, where people have driven through a little earlier in the season and spun it up a little bit, but it's a lot drier now than it was obviously back then. I think they're wanting these roads to dry out a little bit more before they bring the equipment in to get all that wood that they got cut out of there. Keep plugging away up here, and there's a spot on a little hill up here I want to stop, and I'll do some walking around up there. Let's just get around this corner, make sure there's nothing around this corner for you. There's a nice trail right there on the left. Looks like a UTV trail, ATV trail. Yeah, keep on plugging along. Alright, I've come to the peak of the hill that I was talking about that I wanted to come to, where I saw the buck rubs, and I did pass 3 or 4 on this side of the road getting up here, but I wanted to get up here. This is a spot I could park, and then we'll walk back down and look around. And I got my small trail camera right here that I want to put out here somewhere. Trying to find a trail or something that maybe some of these bucks were using in the woods there, and set it out for a few months and see what happens. So I got to get my 3-7, my other camera, and the trail camera. So we'll get you some footage once we get over there. Okay, we're walking back down the hill we just drove up on. It's a good trail right there. And I do believe there's some rubs in there. Can't remember exactly where they were. But there's more right on the side of the road. But I got the truck parked right up here. I never have gone down below because I didn't want to drive down because there's so much snow. I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back up that hill. So we might take a ride down there after, it depends. But I don't want to do a whole lot more scouting. Just want to scout this certain area here. The other area was just a plus by that power line. I had never been down there, and I wanted to check it out while I was out here. There's all kinds of more road to check out going straight down the other way here, but here's another trail coming right out of here. Yeah. So yeah, there's more trails going the other way. Where if you watch some of my videos hunting in Zone 17, you'll just see a lot of those places down that way. But I'm not going to go that way today. Just wanted to come out here and check this out. So get you some more footage of the rubs, and I got my trail camera with me. You might see where we can put that trail camera out here to see who's out here. Okay, here's one rub right there. There's a bunch more over there. I can zoom in on them with this camera or not. They're a bit old because they were done, during deer season, but there's a bunch right in there. So same thing, I gotta take a little walk right in there. See what we can see. I can't walk very good in this stuff here. It's kind of hard for me to walk in. But right there, we'll go that far anyway. We're not that far from the truck. I don't see anything else right off the bat here. But I know there was more just down the road over here. Another 50 or 60 feet. There's more right over there. So we're gonna go in here and see if there's a trail. Maybe put that trail camera out. Okay, here's one. As you can see, it's a busy spot. There's another one there. More over here. Over there. There's another one way in the back over there. More over here. This is definitely a busy spot. He's an older one right there. You can see he's been on here quite a while, at least a couple of years. This is all rubbed to shit all through here. Another one straight in front of me there. Old ones too. Alright, Sammy's patiently waiting for Dad. That's why we stopping, Dad. Huh. Alright. I'm hoping this camera's working. I haven't used this one in a long time for taking videos, but I'm hoping it's a little bit better than the other one, but we'll see what happens. Just want to give you another footage of some of this. Over here. There's another one over there, and this is where I'm coming from. It's done on both sides. More right there. They like rubbing in here, that's for sure. Trying to see where there's a major trail. Found some scat, but nothing real big. So I'm gonna keep walking around this area first before I decide where I want to put that camera. Looks like there's a trail coming this way, but I don't know where it goes from here. It may go underneath this treeway here. We'll keep looking. I know there's more down there too, so we'll take a little walk over there first. Alright, as you can see, there's more rubs here. More there. More down by the road over there. I don't know what it is for these trees, but they don't like it. And this is an old one right here. I don't know. It's just really hard to tell where to put a trail camera because there's no genuine trail. Might be down here. Down here, back where I was. I don't know. Don't know. It's starting to rain a little bit. We'll keep exploring, see what shows up here. Alright. Come from this way. I had to walk around that little wet spot. But there's one old skidder trail here and another one right here. So it's kind of a good spot to put a trail camera to watch. Something's coming from either one of these directions. But I'm trying to see if there's any more rubs heading in this direction. I haven't seen any yet, or even any old ones, so I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, because there's other spots up further where the was real busy too. So I'm going to walk this one and then this one just a little bit just to see if there's any rubs going in this direction. There's a nice water hole right down there too. So they have water. There's a lot of beech trees and maple trees through here. So I'll do a little bit more exploring, see if I can see any older rubs or fresher rubs or something in here before I put the trail camera out somewhere. As you can see where Sammy is, there's a trailway going that way, but I have not seen any rubs along this trail heading in the direction that I'm coming from, where all the other rubs were. You would think that they'd make a rub once in a while, and then the other trail goes that way. I still don't see anything. So I might cut across this way and try and head back to where I came and see if I run into any rubs going up that way. I'm also looking to see if there's any antlers around here. With all those rubs around here, at the end of the season like they were, you'd maybe think there'd be some antlers through here somewhere. So Sammy and I are doing that too. She's never been trained for that, so I'm not expecting to find anything, but maybe I'll see something. I'm gonna head that way through this stuff somehow and see what we see. We run onto another skidder trail that heads back out towards those rubs again. I'm hoping that's what is gonna happen. Well, I've seen them, so we gotta run into them eventually if we go that way. Get you some more footage shortly. All right, cut across to the other skidder trail. I think the rubs go down right over that way somewhere. Not seeing anything fresh on this trail though, but it breaks off here and it breaks off down there. There's another decent spot to put a camera at this intersection, but I'm not seeing any fresh rubs. But we'll see. Head back up that way, I think. Unless I might go that way some more. No, probably not. It's getting hard on the legs. My legs are starting to get pretty weak doing all this walking in this ground. So we'll head that way and see what we can do here. Hey, Sammy. Okay, there's a Y right there. One way goes that way, one way goes that way. There's some bigger scat right here. And all those rubs are right past that bunch of branches that are leaning across. So I'm probably gonna put this camera on this tree right here and watch this skidder trail. See if some stuff's coming through here. We'll see what happens. Sammy's been plugging around everywhere with me, having a good time. Loyal girl, she's right there with me. Love my puppy. All right, we'll put that camera up there and get on out of here before I destroy my legs any more than I've already done today. All right, I got my trail cam on that tree. Most of the rubs are there. We're gonna be heading out of here. Overlooking this down here, in this section there, and in this section there. It's best that I can do. My legs are getting kind of weak, and that's as good a place as any, I think. The rubs are right down there. All right. Just in case my other camera didn't do a very good job, got the trail camera sitting on this tree here, overlooking that down there. Coming into the rubs over through here. You can probably see them from here almost. Samantha's been my loyal buddy, hanging out with Daddy. This stuff has been really hard for me to walk in, so my legs are probably all tore up and blistered again. But I needed to do this. All right, we'll head that away and head back to the truck. Okay, here's another skidder trail with a Y in it. 2 different directions. This is the other original trailway that comes really close to my truck. See, a moose has been tearing stuff up in here. I thought there was another rub around here somewhere too. Right in here. Can't see it right off, but I thought there was one in here. But I might take a little walk right to that Y to see if I see what's on both of those. I came from this way, so we'll see. I'm kind of hoping I could find some deer antlers somewhere, but I ain't seeing any. I was hoping. I'll get over there for a minute and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm at the Y. As you can see, it probably wouldn't have hurt for me to bring 10 more trail cameras. so many places to put to see what's around here. But all the rest of my trail cameras are up at camp, I think. I'm not sure if I have any more at home or not. If not, I probably don't have any batteries for them anyway. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of good woods out here, a lot of good exploring to do. I still haven't seen any antlers, so it kind of sucks. I was hoping I'd run across something. All those rubs around here. But they probably went somewhere else before they dropped them, I guess. So, all right, we're gonna head back that way and go to the truck. All right, just got back to the truck. Threw my crutches in the back seat. I did a lot of walking. Sure, my foot's gonna be horrible. That right leg is just about non-functional right now. I can barely freaking walk up this little hill here. Left one's still doing okay. It's a stronger leg. The right one's the one that has a femur rod and stuff in it. So I've never gone down this road. I'm gonna go down a little ways just to see what's there. Maybe there's some more rubs on the side of the road. I don't know, but I won't go much further. I think we're pretty much maxed out for the day besides in the truck, so I'm tired. Sammy's gonna get in the truck too. I'll get you some more footage in a little bit. All right, we got a wash out here, and then the road looks a lot worse up past. So I don't know if we can try and figure out how to turn around here or what we're gonna do. That don't looks like a big mess going up top, up through there. Not really a lot of room to turn around with this big old truck either. I don't know. Well, I think we can go through it. I mean, it looks rocky. We can go through it all right. I just don't know how rough it is once we go past. I guess we're going to put it in four-wheel drive and figure it out. See what happens, I guess. We went through it and then come to that big rock up there and decided I didn't want to... There's nowhere else to go around about scratching the truck all up or dragging that rock underneath the carriage of the truck. So we decided to back up and we have to back up as far as we can back up till we find a place to turn around. So could be a while backing up, but we're gonna keep on doing it. See where we go. Big rock. Yeah, we finally found a place. We did about a 100-point turn, but we got the turn finally. Heading back out of here, slowly, creepy crawling out. See if I can see any more sign. Yeah, that road was way too bad once you got past that washout. I didn't want to risk ripping the exhaust system off or something on the truck. So we did quite a bit of scouting today, and my legs are pretty weak right now from all that walking in that soft leaf foliage stuff. Your ankles are bending every which way, and I have no strength in my ankles at all. So whatever brace flexes, and that's about it. So we did a lot of good scouting, so we're gonna slowly pitter patter on out of here, and if we see anything else, try and get some footage for you. All right, there's another rub here, another rub there, another rub there, and another rub there. Heading back out of here. So there's one pissed off buck in here somewhere. Hope he's not dead. We'll see, I guess. See you another time there, buddy. Heading on this way. Alright, coming up on the straight stretch I usually hunt at. See if there's a deer or something crossing. Put the camera outside because it keeps trying to focus on the windshield now instead of what's out past the windshield because of the rain. Corner, we'll see the straight stretch. Probably nothing's gonna be out. There's that straight stretch. The rifle I used to park right on the edge over here. The muzzleloader I'd park up there further. Alright, we're not seeing anything. Oh, there could be something out there, but another day. Alright, as you can see, it's pouring rain now, so we're coming up on that bridge again. Just went by power lines right after you cross that bridge when you're coming in, so it's right before the bridge when you're coming out. Not getting a lot of... The camera keeps trying to focus on the windshield now because of the raindrops. Here's the bridge, crossing back over. Brand new, so I'm assuming they're going to be cutting out here. They've gotten this all, spent the money on making the bridge new. They've cut all before it, but they haven't gone past yet, so we'll see what happens. Alright, this is for my brother Keith. There's a bunch of beaver cuttings in here, brother. See one right in there. A couple of those trees are down. A lot more over here. They've cut all of this stuff. All of this stuff down. Starting to gnaw on that. Look at all the beaver cuttings right through here. There's a stream right behind it, so well, we got a pond in here somewhere or what? A lot of cuttings in here. Cutting big giant ones across the stream too. I can see those. Bright as can be down there. One of them deals we're gonna get the head crushed trying to cut inside of that. Over here, all that. I've never seen them cut this much near a stream before. There must be a pond around here somewhere. Keep on going. All right, we're stopping right here. That's the tar road again finally. Along right out of there. Met a truck coming in. Oh, we were heading out. He was coming in. So somebody else is in there anyway. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of good potential out there. So that one area, especially for that. Then that power line area I had was a pretty decent spot too. So we'll maybe come back in here one more time and check out the other area when it dries out more, because that area was all going downhill and there's already washouts there during hunting season in the winter time, or late fall. So I didn't dare go down that way right now. It'd be way too soft. So we got at least one more time coming here to scout. Sam and I had a good day. It was good riding in here. So we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.